Your workspace is more than just a place to sit. It's the engine for your productivity. And after months of fine tuning, I'm ready to show the ultimate Mac productivity setup that I built on this custom studio style platform desk. This runs off of a Mac Studio with the M4 Max chip, and this is not just a desk. To me, this is a command center. Let's look at all the things that make my desk setup. If you're interested in buying any of the gear we talk about in this video, I'm going to have links for all of it in the description below. The heart of all of this is the M4 Max Max Studio. I've got the upgraded M4 Max chip with 64 gigabytes of RAM and a 2 terabyte SSD so that I always have plenty of space to work on all my video projects on it. So for my workflow, like for editing videos, complex Photoshop projects, or also just general document creation, this computer flies through it. It has no problem with churning through video files and getting lots of exports done whenever I'm doing batch work. I also just love the compact design and the size of the Mac Studio that fits perfectly under the Apple Studio display. And at least for now, I've landed on a dual monitor setup. My primary display is the Apple Studio display. I love the 5K resolution. It has great color accuracy and brightness, and it also just integrates perfectly with Mac OS and allows you to adjust those features like brightness and volume. Beside it, I have the LG Dual Up display, which has a really unique 16 by 18 aspect ratio, which is kind of like having two additional monitors stacked on top of each other. So this is really nice for running long documents on it, or I also use it for the media browser for Final Cut so I can quickly comb through B-roll footage to find the exact clips that I need to add into my video projects. For input, I'm using the Magic Keyboard with Touch ID for that Mac OS feel. The Touch ID button is just unbeatable with Mac for auto-filling passwords and for unlocking and doing other things like that. My favorite mouse is the MX Master 3S for Mac. It's super comfortable, has side scrolling, which works really great for video editing, and you can also customize all the features of it using the Logi Options Plus app. You can't be productive if you're not comfortable, and that's where the next couple of items come in. My chair is the Herman Aeron. I found this one on Marketplace a couple years ago. Got it for a really good deal. It was still an investment, but it's definitely an icon for a reason. I love the mesh back on it. It keeps it from getting hot. It's got great back support as well as adjustable lumbar support on the back of it. The only thing I had to do to it was upgrade the wheels to these rollerblade style ones so it went across carpet a little bit better. Next, we have the BenQ ScreenBar Halo 2 mounted directly on top of the studio display. This has a light on the front of it that's designed to prevent screen glare while at the same time adding contrast and reducing eye strain, and it also just adds to the ambience of my desk as well. And my room is pretty shadowy because I put so many sound panels on the ceiling. This does a great job at lighting up my workspace. It's also got a backlight on it too that lights up the wall behind your screen to add additional contrast. And to even further enhance the ambience, I've mounted a Philips Hue gradient light tube directly behind the desk, and this just adds a nice pop of color, a nice dynamic and immersive glow. Now for the fun stuff, the accessories that tie everything together. This is a studio style desk, so it's got a pull-out keyboard tray on the bottom of it, so if I ever want to play piano, I can always do that. I've got a Zoom L12 mixer on the side of it that I run a couple of my different instruments into, as well as a quad Cortex for guitar multi-effects processing. It's just so much fun to play guitar at this desk setup. And of course, you got to have great speakers. I love the Atom Audio A4Vs. These are really crisp sounding while also giving great low end without being as big as 7 or 8 inch studio monitors. Next up, we've got the Thunderbolt 5 dock that connects everything together. I use the CalDigit TS5 Plus, and I use a dock instead of all the ports built into the Mac Studio because if I ever want to test MacBooks with this setup, it's very easy to just pull one cable, plug it into a MacBook, and have so many ports plugged into the MacBook. It has 20 ports, 140 watts of charging, all with a single cable back to the Mac Studio. You can also plug multiple displays in it as well. So that's the secret to keeping a ton of peripherals all plugged into the computer at the same time. I typically just edit directly off of my computer, but a lot of times I'll also use the OYN U34 volt 8 terabyte SSD because I can keep multiple large project libraries on it, which just allows me to access everything with ease. And for long-term storage, I'm using the SanDisk ProBlade Station and their 4 terabyte SSDs. So every few months, I just buy a new 4 terabyte one and dump all my footage and all my updated project libraries onto that. They're super fast and they perform pretty well. Really, the main thing I don't like about the ProBlades is the station can get kind of noisy if you're transferring a lot of files. It also does run pretty hot. I don't do a ton of voiceover work, but I really like the SC Dynacaster microphone because it has a great preamp built into it. You can easily change the sound of it with integrated dip switches to boost or cut the lows and the highs from it, and it gives amazing sound quality. I either run it into the Zoom L12 or I also will use it with the Elgato Stream Deck Plus with the XLR interface on the back of it. I'm just now getting into the Stream Deck, using it for the Aeron lighting control software as well as for some other macros and launching apps that I use regularly, and I'm really loving all the customization options that are available with the Stream Deck. it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to and programming to make sure that you can use it for your setup. Finally, for cable management, everything is hidden underneath with multi-board and various cable mounts that I 3D printed. I try to keep everything pretty flexible because I change peripherals out pretty regularly to test and review items, and the multi-board beneath it has really done a great job at letting me keep everything clean while still being able to easily swap new items on if I want. So there's my ultimate Mac productivity desk setup. It's built on power of the Mac Studio and pro-grade accessories for a great creative workflow, great ergonomics so I can create comfortably for hours, and also efficiency with fast SSD storage that streamline the editing process. If you're interested in buying any of these items in this video, I do have links to buy in the description below. If you got any questions or thoughts, leave a comment. I'd love to hear them. Like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content.